gallon.
Check the spare, will you?
I'll tell you. You know what I need? I need something new.
Got the chick in 277.
She's too eager. There's no challenge.
Thanks. And congratulations on your clean restroom. Nice.
Thank you.
Still say 277's your best bet, especially if you're looking for instant action.
Hey, man, who needs 277? Hi.
Hi.
My name's Alden. This is my brother, Charlie. Charles is sort of the quiet type. I, however, am not the quiet type. You look like you could use some help.
I didn't know it showed.
Where you headed?
West, I think.
Well, we just happen to be heading that way. Okay?
Okay.
Got any lunch yet?
I never touch it before breakfast.
Well, one restaurant, Charlie?
I don't feel well. No, I don't. I don't want to. I can't. No. I feel bad.
Relax. There's nothing to worry about.
No, please don't.
Stupid tramp.
Wanted a challenge.
Oh my God, I'm sick.
Oh, God. Well, looks like the party's over.
Take it easy, baby, all right? It's gonna be all right. Take it easy.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Please make it stop.
Well, you just go ahead and squeeze this big paw if you want, as hard as you want. Go ahead.
Help me. Please help me.
Look, an ambulance is on the way, and you're gonna have a doctor soon, okay?
Don't leave me.
I'm not gonna leave you. Not gonna leave you.
Tell my mother
Huh?
that I didn't.
What? What?
That Jimmy. That I didn't do what Jimmy did.
Okay. 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 All right.
110-8.
Okay.
Northern 210-8.
1 second. Hey, man, I said 1 more minute. Just hold on. Okay. Her mother.
Mr. Evans here said she came out of nowhere.
Tell her mother she didn't do like Jimmy did. What?
He said there was no way to avoid the accident.
And she came from out of nowhere, running down the hill on the wrong side. Look, I tried to stop it.
7400 Clement.
It was terrible.
Code 2 7400 Clement.
Well, I don't know what the procedure is. What do I do? Notify my insurance company?
Notify your insurance company. We'll notify you as soon as we know who she is. All right? Thank you.
Thank you, officer.
Thank you. Well, like the skid marks and point of impact bear out his story.
Length of skid marks. Point of impact. Oh, we're very cold and factual, aren't we?
That is what they asked for in the reports. All the facts, figures, and details.
Yeah, but she's not a detail. She's a human being. We can't finish that report without the victim's name, right?
No.
No. Okay, let's go.
Right, thank you. Okay, I'm all yours till that thing goes off again.
A girl. TA victim. How is she?
She's pretty bad, Terry.
But she's still alive.
Yeah?
We need identification, Jill.
Any chance of talking to her?
No, sorry, no visitors. Look, she's still unconscious.
How's it look?
Not good. She's got multiple internal injuries, and they can't operate until she stabilizes.
We'll wait.
Any idea how long it'll be, Jill?
Oh, yeah, it could be 2 or 3 hours. Look, it seems pretty silly for you to wait. Why don't you let me call Riker if there's any change?
Okay, thanks. Terry?
Be sure to phone Jill, okay?
Sure. Intensive care, Miss Stanko.
Don't let it get to you, Terry.
A police officer must maintain professional detachment at all times.
Yeah, well, that's what the book says, but you know it's true.
Yeah, the book don't tell me everything, you know? Like, who is she? What was she doing up there? Running downhill? How'd she get there? No purse, no ID?
We handle a lot of TAs. Why are you so hung up on this one?
I don't know. Maybe because she needed help and I couldn't.
You're a cop, not a doctor.
All those people. The ambulance attendant. The other one honking his horn. Couldn't care less, as if she was nothing, a zero. Are we so callous, so unfeeling that life doesn't count?
Can't make a blanket indictment of everybody.
No. Someone's got to do something.
Where are you going?
Missing persons. Young woman, Caucasian, about 18 or 19, 5'5", 105, 110, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Wearing?
Faded blue jeans, yellow blouse, and light blue canvas shoes.
How long has she been missing?
She's an accident victim, happened a couple hours ago.
Well, that's hardly enough time for anyone to report her missing.
I know, but she could have been missing 5 minutes or 5 years. I just want to know who she is.
Well, I could check further, but I...
Could you? Please.
Terry?
Yeah.
Lieutenant wants us.
I'll be right back, lovely. Could you please keep looking?
Yes, sir. Anything you want to add to this TA report before I send it through?
No, sir. Except identification of the victim. We're still sweating it.
Okay, it goes as is.
It's incomplete. We're still missing a name.
Her name is Jane Doe, number 4, deceased.
Deceased?
That's right. Mrs. Danko phoned. The young woman died without regaining consciousness.
Hey, Sergeant Morelli, I asked what's being done. You gonna charge me with a felony?
Everybody asks what's being done. You see these? I'm 20 cases behind, and if I had 5 heads or 5 more detectives, I'd still be behind, okay?
You did get a request to investigate, didn't you, Sergeant?
Oh, the chain of command is still operative. Is it ever? Field report by Owens, follow-up report with yours and Owens' signatures. She's a Jane Doe.
But it is your job to determine her real identity, Sergeant.
We do the best we can, Webster. We're doubling up as it is. Homicide, bunco, forgery. We even get requests from Vice to give him a hand. Relax. Is this some kind of a thing with you?
Yes, Sergeant, I do want to know who she is.
Try missing persons.
I did. So far, nothing.
Sorry.
So am I. Sorry isn't good enough, is it, Sergeant Morelli?
I understand your feelings, Webster, but I think you're letting them carry you away. It's simply SOP.
Well, you know the old joke, Lieutenant. SOP could also stand for sit on our prats.
Webster, will you let it all hang out, please? Just what seems to be bothering you?
May I have a cup of coffee, sir?
Of course. Go ahead. Help yourself.
All right. She's a Jane Doe, right? Missing persons hasn't had one query. The Detective Bureau is snowed under. But she's a human being.
She was, Webster. The girl is dead.
It doesn't end there, does it? I mean, out there, she has a mother. A mother that she asked me to tell something to.
What would that be?
I don't know. Something like, tell my mother I didn't do like Jimmy did.
Got any idea what she meant by that?
Well, hopefully it'll mean something to her mother when we find her.
Finding her mother is not your job.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be anybody's job, Lieutenant.
No, it's Morelli's. Now, why don't you just relax and let the system operate at its own pace?
Because everybody in the system seems to be too busy or too indifferent.
She is not the first Jane Doe. She will not be the last. And unfortunately, some are never identified.
So we just make like she never existed, right?
I know, it's sad and it's rough, but that's the way it is.
I know. That's what life's all about. You live, you die. And in the end, you're just one of the zillions that pass through. She took me. She reached out. We had a moment. She asked me to help her. Now, Lieutenant, do you want me to pretend that she didn't happen? Because if that's what life has to be about, it's nothing more than a joke. And the joke just happens to be on every one of us.
Hey, Alden. Alden, listen to this. An unidentified young woman died of injuries sustained and struck down by a motorist in the foothill section yesterday. Driver of the car...
Hey, by the way, did our monthly check come in?
Yeah, it's on the bar. Do you want to hear the rest of the story?
Oh, yeah. Sure, Charlie. Tell me the rest of the story.
Driver of the car, T.G. Evans, was not held.
Well, that's it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it just goes on to describe her.
How come it doesn't mention that she had claws like a Bengal tiger? Oh, dear old dead daddy's annuity. May it never end.
Acquiescat in pace. What was her name, anyway?
Oh, Karen, I think. Listen, will you forget about that? We have nothing to worry about.
Unless somebody discovers that we spiked her chili with a heavy dose of acid.
Charlie, will you do me a favor? Will you forget about it?
They ought to be tracing her fingerprints. Her dental history.
Come on, Jerry. It was an accident, not a homicide. Okay, it's a terrible thing, but what can we do?
Hanging right in the next corner.
Mind telling me where we're going?
Level 9 in control. Requesting code 7 at 186 Congress Street.
Ludlow 9, roger on your code 7.
Recognize the address?
Yeah, but I didn't know they served lunch at the county morgue.
How long will she be here?
30 days. Unless somebody claims her sooner.
Then you bury her?
Oh, no more. Nowadays, we cremate them. Less fuss.
Makes sense.
No, I don't need that. No.
Oh.
Can't tell the players without the numbers.
You make it sound like some kind of game.
Well, I've seen as many as I have beat up, chopped up, blown up, and mangled. You don't get involved, not if you want to sleep nights.
You got any pictures?
Oh, all kinds. Full face, profile. Got a nice full figure shot. Want it covered?
I'll settle for full face.
Follow me. All right, do you?
Do you have any information on her autopsy?
Well, since you have personal interest, she was a user.
A what?
A user. You know, doper.
I don't believe it.
I don't care if you believe it or not, but we found heavy traces of lysergic acid.
LSD.
Yep. It was ingested. Eaten. Probably taken with food, and that is some trip.
What else did you find?
Traces of blood and human flesh under the fingernails. Well, we ran tests. It was a man's flesh. Yeah, that makes some detective yarn, huh? You know, a girl gets spaced out on LSD. She has a fight with her John. She claws him, and then...
She ran. Blindly. Not knowing where she was or where she was going. So high on that stuff that she couldn't even see or hear the car until it was too late.
It's rough.
Anybody want more coffee?
Nothing.
Oh, well, no thanks, Jill. I can't make it. And he promised to put it in the 10 o'clock news.
Terry, you sure you want to know everything about her?
Yes, Chris, I'm sure.
Jerry, I've seen a lot of young people like her at the hospital. They get strung out on drugs. They want to put down, but sometimes it's too late.
But we don't know for sure that she was strung out. We know that she took acid, but we don't know how or why or when.
Good evening. I'm Brad Corby, and here's the 10 o'clock news. Before turning to events of the international...
Come on, sissy. I have to be home by 11:30. You can watch TV later.
Well, I hate to bother you, honey, but the landlord's after me again.
Sure, baby. How much money?
Well, you know.
Weighs 110 pounds. The accident that claimed her life occurred yesterday on an isolated road in the foothills section near town.
My God.
Anyone having information on
What's
the
with you?
victim's identity is asked to contact Lieutenant Edward Riker, Precinct 17 of the SCPD. And now to the international news. Latest World
Karen.
Food Conference indicates a
Oh, my God, no.
cooperation among those...
It's Karen. Austin. That's my married name. My first name's Clarissa, but I don't use it. Sissy. She called me that, Karen did, when she was a little girl.
You all right, Mrs. Austin?
Sit down here. I was with Karen right after the accident. We did all we could.
Oh, I'm sure of that. If only I could say the same. My husband, he deserted me when Karen was 10. One day he just walked out. And I had to make ends meet. I didn't know any other way, so I started seeing men. They were helpful with bills and things. Karen didn't understand.
You don't have to tell us all this, Mrs. Austin.
But I want to. It's important that you understand. Karen didn't approve of me seeing men. She started staying away from home when I was to have visitors. She always came back before. I'm sorry.
Can I get you a glass of water or something?
No. Thanks.
Mrs. Austin, did Karen have any friends? I mean, someone who might know what she was doing up in the foothills.
By that he means the area just adjacent.
Well, we were so new here. And these last few years, Karen and I had grown, you know, apart. I couldn't say for sure whether she had any new friends. She left day before yesterday. We'd had an argument about the usual thing. I didn't try to stop her. I thought she came back, same as always. She just went. Didn't even pack a suitcase, just that old bag slung over her shoulder.
She carried a bag? What did it look like?
Musette bag, army color, kind you get at surplus stores.
Mrs. Austin, did Karen use drugs?
Oh, never.
You seem very sure.
Karen had an older brother, Jimmy. 3 years ago, Jimmy died, an overdose, heroin. After it happened, Karen promised that she'd never touch drugs of any kind. She never did, I'd swear it.
That's what she was trying to say. She told me to tell you. She didn't do like Jimmy did. She was saying she didn't use acid. At least not voluntarily.
Karen was drunk?
That's just my guess. If we find out anything, we'll let you know, okay?
I hope we haven't upset you, Mrs. Austin.
Upset me? No, don't you see? It was my fault. None of this would have happened. Not if I had been a better mother.
Well, Webster, I want to thank you for letting me sit in on your interrogation. I'd say you've uncovered quite a bit.
Lieutenant, Karen didn't take acid. But why was she up there on that road? Why, if she was carrying a bag, didn't we find it at the scene of the accident? Just want to know.
There she is. Room 277.
Still think she's too easy?
Well, there is only one way to find out. Hi. Where you tell? Listen.
We searched this area right after the accident, sir.
The immediate area only. She was running downhill.
Okay. So we look farther up.
Yeah. Nice. Remote. Suppose someone gave Karen a ride. Brought her up here.
Yeah, and gave her a rough time.
Rough enough to make her fight him off, right?
Yep.
Would explain traces of blood and skin on their nails.
30, the ADT is responding.
Why don't we take a look around? Check down here, okay?
Ludlow 9 at the service station, High Road and Cutler. See the man.
Ludlow 9, roger.
Check it.
What am I supposed to find?
I'm betting on what you won't find, acid or any other kind of dirt.
I'm Walt Killy.
Yes, sir. What can we do for you?
Well, I saw a picture on the TV news last night. That girl who was missing, got killed.
Karen Austin.
You found out who she is already?
Her mother showed up to identify her.
Then you're way ahead of me. Of course, I didn't know her name, but I called that Lieutenant Riker, you know, the way the guy on TV asked, because I remembered seeing her in here. I guess you don't need to know that now.
When was she here?
Day before yesterday. You know, not many people bother, but she thanked me for keeping a clean restroom. She took out of here with a couple of young fellas in a convertible. Now, it looked like a pickup to me. But somehow, she didn't seem the type.
Do you remember her carrying this bag?
Well, that one or its twin brother.
Which way they go?
That way, west. Hey, look, how come all the questions?
Well, not everyone's convinced her death was an accident.
Hey, Walt. I'm going to lunch, okay?
10-4,
The two men that picked her up. Can you describe them?
Well, they come in here once in a while. I don't really know them. Mickey does.
Who's Mickey?
My hungry helper.
That's mission 20.
against the car and spread.
Guess that's going pretty fast, huh?
Let me see your driver's license.
I only get a half hour for lunch. I promised to pick up my girlfriend.
Michael Davis, our runner maker.
They call me Mickey.
Mickey. Where you going, Mickey?
I told you, my girlfriend.
Yeah, well, I'm more interested in your other friends. The ones who picked up Karen Austin the day before yesterday.
I never heard of Karen Austin.
Well, your boss says you know the two dudes that picked her up.
Well, he's wrong.
I disagree.
Attention all units, the alarm 1940.
Tell me again.
Harrison, the alarm 1940 Harrison.
I sort of remember two dudes who picked up a chick.
Yeah.
All I know is that they're brothers.
They got a name?
Everybody's got a name. I don't remember theirs.
Convicted. 2 counts, 415 probation. Busted twice for possession and sale of dangerous drugs. Both thrown out on legal technicalities.
Okay, so I made some mistakes. But I learned my lesson.
No, you plugged. Come on, lock it up.
Hey, I'm clean. You guys shook me down. What kind of hassle is this? All I read's a speeding ticket.
Yeah, well, then you got nothing to worry about, Mickey, huh?
Mission 5, bingo site.
You drive, partner. I want to get acquainted with my friend Mickey. I told you you flunked, didn't I? Mickey?
What's that?
Get off it, Mickey. We both saw you toss it out of the car.
Now, I'm no lab expert. But my guess is LSD. Same kind of stuff that they found in Karen's body. That girlfriend of yours, Mickey, I hope she's patient type.
Why?
Just stood her up for lunch. You're on the arrest.
Come on.
Possession of dangerous drugs. Read them.
You have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right, anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right
to... Talk to us, Mickey. You know and I know that those brothers buy gas at the station where you work, where you push on the side.
I don't know anything about that LSD. You and your partner planted it.
Hey, man. You sold it to them. They gave it to Karen. She's dead. I want you to tell me who they are and where I can find them.
Try the yellow pages.
Now, look here, son.
You look, Dad. I'm not talking anymore. I got the right to remain silent. That's what I'm gonna do. Not one more lousy word.
Can I see you outside, Major Lieutenant? Lieutenant, let me... We've got to get the names of those brothers from him.
Webb said that's going to be a legal impossibility. The boy's playing turnip, and you are not going to squeeze a thing out of him.
They killed her.
Well, I cannot disagree with that theory. The only thing is the law requires us to develop evidence as proof of guilt, and in order to do that, you will have to backtrack. You will have
to... Go back to the beginning. Go back to where it started, right? Thank you, Lieutenant. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. If there's a chance they use a credit card.
Well, I know most of my longtime customers by name, so we can eliminate those.
Just narrow it down as close as possible, and the computers will do the rest.
You did say it was a convertible, though.
Yeah, that's right. It was a gold-colored, foreign job. A Mercedes, I think.
Mercedes.
Well, if they did use a credit card, it's got to be one of those.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
let's check out, Barney. Charles M. Phillips. Owns a new Mercedes-Benz 450 SL. Lives in a high-rent district, probably with his mother.
Terry, I'm on your side. There's no way we can prove they forced Karen to take acid.
Yeah.
It is possible that she took it of her own free will.
Not according to her mom.
Oh, come on now. Parents are usually the last to know.
Yeah.
Terry, if nothing else, you gave Karen a name, an identity.
I found out who. Just want to know why. You see, there's this thing inside me that, just keeps bugging me.
That thing you keep referring to that keeps bugging you is called a conscience.
not very good, are you?
No. My pursuits are a bit more cerebral than this.
Cerebral. That has to do with the brain, doesn't it?
Very good, very good. And intellectual. Of sorts.
6-ball in the corner pocket.
Charles, Phillips?
Yeah, that's me.
Good. We want to talk to you and your brother.
Catch you later, maybe.
What did you want to talk about?
Karen Austin? You gave her a ride day before yesterday.
Sorry. Don't know anybody by that name.
You picked her up at a gas station? High Road and Cutler?
Station owner saw her get into your car.
So did Mickey?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was a chick. Nice girl. Lonely. She asked us for a ride.
So you played Good Samaritan?
Well, yeah.
What then?
Poor kid was starving, so we staked her to lunch. Do you mind telling me what this is all about?
Where's your brother?
Gone. He took off about an hour ago.
I'll check the apartment.
Well, you won't find him there. I went into town. Look, if you tell me why you're so interested in this girl, maybe I could be more helpful. Is she in some kind of trouble?
She's dead. Traffic accident. Happened right after you and your brother picked her up.
Oh. It's too bad. Where did it happen?
Up in the hills.
I'll be darned. I mean, that's exactly where we let her off. She said she has some friends up there or something.
You bought a lunch, you say? Where?
Oh, High Road Inn. Yeah. You can check it if you like. I mean, they know me and my brother there.
What'd you eat?
Chili. It's the house specialty. They make it really hot.
I bet it goes great with acid, huh?
Come again?
LSD. You see, you spike someone's chili with this, and it's hard for them to tell the difference.
Why would anybody want to do that?
Why don't you tell us?
There's nothing to tell.
We picked up Mickey. He was holding.
Acid.
Well, what do you know?
I know that Mickey was your connection. I also know that you doped Karen's food. That's a felony. I know that you drove up to the hills. Did you try to rape her? That's also a felony.
That's a lie. I never touched her.
She ran. She was scared. She was sick. She didn't know where she was going.
I don't have to listen to any of this, right?
Where's your brother?
It's none of your business.
She clawed someone. There were traces of skin and blood under her nails. Now, when we find that person, it won't be hard to make that match.
You see any scratches on my face?
I never said anything about a face.
Just assume.
Assume. Alden, run! I got him.
harm. We're just looking for some fun, that's all.
I don't understand people like those Phillips brothers. Fine. I thought the whole thing was a joke.
No, I think the jury will give them a substantial amount of time to think about that joke as they will the pusher. You can be proud of what you did, Owens, the two of you.
Not me, Lieutenant. Terry. He's the one who really cared.
Yeah, I guess he's his brother's keeper, all right. He just couldn't stand the thought of that girl remaining Jane Doe number 4. And he just wouldn't quit until he'd given her back her own identity. He's a good man.
Yeah. I also think he gave her more than an identity. Immortality, maybe. Someone who cared enough about her not to forget.
She touched me. She reached out. She asked me to help her. She wanted me to pretend that she didn't happen, because if that's what life has to be about, then it's nothing more than a joke. And the joke just happens to be on every one of us.